The Sunday school lesson for April 23rd, 2023 is Jesus Reinstates Peter. John chapter 21, verses 15 through 19. To the viewers and subscribers, welcome to my channel, The Backstory. I am Audrey. If you are new here, this is the agenda. I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, and offer a brief lesson summary. Please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you in advance for your support. The backstory. Let's begin. The image of a shepherd caring for sheep is central to our text. This was an image very close to the experience of biblical people, drawing as it does on a common occupation. The Old Testament uses sheep and shepherd to picture the relationship between God and his people, most notably in the 23rd Psalm. The relationship between God's people and their leaders, especially the king, was portrayed in similar terms. Israel could be described as sheep with no shepherd. Numbers chapter 27, verses 15 through 17. And wicked leaders of the people were characterized as bad shepherds. Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 1 through 4. The picture of sheep without a shepherd is also used of people in Jesus' day. Matthew chapter 9, verse 36. Jesus described himself as the good shepherd in John chapter 10, verses 11, in contrast to those thieves and robbers who had no concern for the welfare of the sheep. Jesus went beyond what an ordinary shepherd would do, even giving his own life for the sake of his sheep. Key verse, key text. When they had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," he said. "You know that I love you." Jesus said, "Feed my lambs." John chapter 21, verse 15. Verse 16. Again, Jesus said, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He answered, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said, "Take care of my sheep." Verse 17. The third time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him the third time, "Do you love me?" He said, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." Jesus said, "Feed my sheep." Verse 18. Very truly I tell you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and went where you wanted. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. Verse 19. Jesus said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. Then he said to him, "Follow me." A brief summary. The number 3 is significant in this account. Peter was still stinging because of his 3 denials of Jesus. John pointed out that this was the 3rd time Jesus appeared to his disciples gathered as a group. Jesus addressed Peter by his given name, Simon, son of John. Jesus began with a serious question. Do you love me more than these? Some argue that Jesus was asking Peter whether he loved him more than the fishing business. More likely, since Peter's denials were prefaced by his professing superiority over his fellow disciples, Jesus had something else in mind. Did Peter still have his arrogant attitude? Jesus asked Peter to confess his love for him 3 times. Of course, this was the same number as his denials. Each time Peter affirmed his love, Jesus commanded that he serve his sheep. Thank you so much for watching. Join me soon for the next backstory. Stay safe.